Hello and welcome back to Danielle's Desk. Today we're going to do our quarterly flip throughs of two book planners, Bookworm Life by Peanut Butter Taco and the Creating & Co. book journal. Decided to combine the videos this year. I normally do a separate video, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to combine both of them. So if you use any of one of these, you're going to see both of them today. We're going to start off with Bookworm Life. My goal, and I think I said this in my other videos, is to try to do more bookish stuff here on the channel because I have quite a bit of followers here. And I do have some content that is scheduled. I'm also going to have some short videos that are going to be up that, like, you know, my 5-star reads, things like that, that I would be able to show you. I have the details and everything listed below on the Bookworm Life Planner. So once we open everything up, everything is still the same on this page since my setup video. Nothing really hasn't changed. I am obsessed with my setup. I just love it. It's pretty much the same. I have the same kind of decorative setup that I have every year because it just works for me. These are my bookshelves. Nothing fancy or anything like that. I'm doing really well with, you'll see in my Creating & Co. how many books I've read so far this quarter. But I'm absolutely loving it. And then I went ahead, now this is new, I went ahead and went on the Peanut Butter Taco Facebook group, and she has some printables there for more bookshelves and things like that, because I know that I usually run out of bookshelf room, you know, like, because I read about 150 or so, a little over 150. So I just went ahead and printed some more out and just like paste them here. So that's already done. As far as my most anticipated and getting to these books, I feel like I am a little slower with this versus last year. I was really on top of this last year. So like we're in the month of April. I know that I'm not going to get to the last session. Say You'll Remember Me, I'm probably going to get to, but I did read Good Dirt, which I loved, A Sea of Unspoken Things, which I loved, and The Bones Beneath My Skin. I loved all three of those books. I highly recommend all of those. And then, of course, Onyx Storm, I did read, pretty popular book, but that was for a book club pick for Creating & Co. But I haven't read Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, which I don't know if I'm going to get to this year. I don't know. I've heard mixed things about that. The Crash, I haven't gotten to yet. And I think that that's it so far. I feel like I'm missing some stuff on here. But so, I mean, it's just a few books that I haven't gotten to yet. But usually, like, I was pretty proud of myself last year that I stayed on top of things. And, you know, I was able to read them. I was like a month or two behind, but from the release date. This is my initial goals, still 150 books, still do the seasonal reading. I haven't done any bookish collabs this quarter at all. Did I do one? I think I did one bookish giveaway in January. I want to do 3. Active in bookish groups, not as much as I still would like to, but I'm getting there. I have some plans to get there. And then I just put on there to reach 5K. I'll never reach 5K, which I've been totally okay with. This is my January books this is my TBR that I had for January. This is how I decorated it. These stickers are from Pen, Paper, and Plans. They're pretty old. I'm not even sure if they're in the shop, but I did some cute little penguins. And you're going to see in this quarter that I don't have hardly any weeklies done. I'm trying to improve on that. The reason being is that I haven't had as much planning session time as I normally would like. And so I just been skipping out on the weeks. So I hate that, but that's just the way it is. But this is how I decorated the first 2 weeks in January. And then these are the last weeks. So pretty. Love these so much, especially this one. This one's from a Glittery Life Plans. And this is just a continuation Here One Moment. Love this, 4-star. I actually read this last year. So that was the January book club pick, but I had already read it, and I do highly recommend that book. A big new release month in January, and of those I read, I actually read 2. Let me grab. I actually read Good Dirt 2. I try to remember to go back and like highlight. So I read that one. And I think that, I read A Sea of Unspoken Things too. So I read quite a bit on that. The Power of a Praying Couple, I need to look to see, because I thought that there was already a book out by Stormy. This is a faith-based book. I need to go look, but I haven't read any more of those. I really would like to get to Carving Shadows into Gold. I love her. Anyway, I read 12 books in the opening of 2025, which I thought was really good. And I brought home 5 books. 3 of them was from Dollar Tree and 2 were from Book of the Month. So I have already read Isaac's Song. I gave that a 4-star, very good book. I read The Yellow Bird Sings. I gave that, did I give that 4 or 5? I think I gave it 4. Silka's Journey, oh my goodness. I read that, I gave a 5 for that. And The Last House on the Street, I gave a 4. So I've read all of my books, and this is one of my goals, is the books that I have coming in, however they're coming in, Book of the Month, Dollar Tree, garage sales, whatever, read them. And so I've been trying to do that. Here is February's TBR. I feel like it's not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What was I doing? I don't know. 8 books, and this is how I decorated with the traditional kind of, Valentine's. And then I don't have any weeklies done. Just kind of dropped off from there. And I didn't even put our book club pick, so I really need to go in and do that. I didn't even do that. These are the book releases. I know we were really heavy in January with new books, but February we had 3, and I read that one. So let me go ahead and highlight that. Highly recommend that. I gave that a 4-star. I read 10 books, so I picked up 2 books. I had 8 on my TBR, and I picked up 2 additional books, and I read 4. I acquired 4, and all 4 were from Book of the Month. I did read Good Dirt. I gave 4 stars. The Bones Beneath My Skin, I gave 4. 3 Lives of Kate K, I gave 4. And Heartless Hunter, I gave 4. So I read all of my books. This makes me so happy that I read all of those. I really need to, go back and, put an R or something, next to what I've read. So March, which is closing out the quarter, this is my TBR for March, and we just kind of went with a spring theme, and we did a combination of St. Patty's and spring, but I think it's cute though. And I absolutely love Oki Plans. This is a new to me shop. I love her little characters and her little cutesy stickers. I just think they're so cute. I'm going to be ordering from her more. I didn't do any weeklies at all for the month of March. And here, and I didn't even put what the book club pick is. I'm so slacking, y'all. These are the book releases. I didn't read any of those yet for the month of March, and they're not on my TBR for the month of April. I read 10 things, and I acquired 3. I did read Wild Dark Shore. I gave it a 4. It is fantastic. I am reading Phantasma right now, which I'm going to be giving that a 4. And I haven't read Rebel Witch yet. So I'm doing really good with the books that I have picked up. And this is just kind of a sneak of what I am reading. It's not decorated yet, but this is what I'm currently reading for April. And I'm here, and so I'll be reading Rebel Witch next. This one is a really good combination of books that I've picked up from garage sales or Dollar Tree or whatever. So it's a good mix of new and old, and I try to do that quite often. To move to our challenges that are in the back, here we are. My first challenge is from Books and Planners. And this is a book bingo, which I've already hit bingo. But I'm just trying to fill up the whole card. So eventually I will take all of these and place them on the squares. I've just been putting little stars as I complete them. And then here are the books that I've read. So once the card is totally finished, then I will convert all of this over to the Books and Planners book bingo. If you are part of the Books and Planners Facebook group, I do believe that this is there as a printable for you. She actually sent me this on cardstock when I got my book box I got for Christmas time or whatever. She included, so I already had it, but it is available if you're interested. You just have to join our Facebook group. This is the alphabet challenge. I'm doing really well. I always do really well in the alphabet challenge, and I just read books and then see if it fits the prompts. That's how I do my challenges. I get questions about that all the time. So I'm doing really well. I just have a few alphabets left. This is the Read the Rainbow. I'm doing, I say, rather well so far with that. So have that. Here is the cover challenge. And so this one's always fun to just try to like look at the covers and see, oh gosh, there's a fence, there's a bridge there in the back, you know, like put that there. I just think this is a really fun, like, I call it like a scavenger hunt. It's not a scavenger hunt, but that's how I kind of see it as. This is the spring challenge, and I started this challenge in March. So far I have 3 things that fit the prompts. And so this will probably run through May for me. So I still have 3 prompts that I need to fulfill. This is so cute. You get all of this at Peanut Butter Taco. And then I have failed yet again with the Lucky Duck. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to start incorporating this as a reminder for me weekly to, you know, use it, because these are my ducks. Like, I have them out. I just don't know why I'm not like using them. But here are my little ducks for me for the challenge. So you're supposed to like take a picture and like put your little duck there, and then like she pulls a name and everything for you to win like store credit. And so I don't know why this is, but I've said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So this next quarter, I'm definitely going to be doing it. And then here's the back cover. I don't think nothing hasn't changed. I may have added a few more like die cut stickers and things like that. But so that is the quarterly flip through for the Bookworm Life. Next up is the Creating & Co. book journal, and I will have Creating & Co. listed below. The cover hasn't changed since when I put it together. I try to do things more seasonally, you know, as far as decorations and things like that in this planner versus the Peanut Butter Taco. But I believe that I had this already set up. All of these things are here. This is new. This is from Type A for Alexa. She is listed down in my favorites. I think she has the cutest like vinyls and things to pop inside of your planner. When I buy mine from her, I just get the B6 unpunched and then I punch it myself. So, because typically B6 will come on rings. And then this is also from her too. It is so cute. It is just some little peeps for Easter. So I just thought that that was really cute to have in here. This is still the same. Nothing hasn't changed on my opening page. I have yet to do anything with Year in Pixels. I probably won't do anything. I don't know. I'm behind anyway on it. Like, so I just feel like I probably should take something and like cover it up or something, because I'm not going to use that. Here is my goals. I did post this on Instagram, you know, like in January sometime. And then these are book goal progress. I haven't done this one either. I may end up covering this one too. I don't know. I just don't gravitate to it. I really don't know what to do with it. So I probably just cover this up with a big sticker. Here are my 5 stars thus far. And I'm going to tell you, this is where I am most like shocked. I am so stingy with my 5-star reads, y'all. But I have read some amazing books this quarter, and I am at 6 books at a 5-star, which I can usually at 6 in the whole year. And that makes me feel so good that the books that I'm reading that I am enjoying. So definitely take a picture of this if you are interested in knowing what my 5-star reads are. I rarely use this, but I was able to like pencil in one thing. So I don't go to like book events. There's nothing around me. I would have to go to Houston if I wanted to attend some type of book event or something like that. I would love to, but I'm just too lazy to get in the car and drive there. But my local library did have a book sale that I attended on March 22nd. So I was able to put one thing down in here, but wish there were more things in my little town. Here is, I know this is kind of scrunched up, but these are essentially the anticipated releases by month. And I just kind of like squished them all in together to try to fit them. And then I put this line page as an overflow because I had some months that were more than others, like January and things like that. But that's what this is. This is a do not finish. I have this in here, but I always get through a book. I never have a DNF. So, but I do have that in here. This is the battle of the books, and I typically do these the last quarter of the year. So, I'm not really worried about completing this at this point. Here are my reading jar progress. I don't know what that is on there, but so far I've read, I think 34 things at this point. So I'm doing really well. 34 books in a quarter is really good. So that's my reading jar. I think there's 50. So once I have 50, I'll finish. These are 25 in 2025. So these are the first 25 books that I read in 2025. And I do want to say all of these inserts or all of these challenges or all these little fun things that you see here are all from Creating & Co. And I will have her listed below with a code. I don't have a code for Peanut Butter Taco, but I do have a code for her. It's Freckle10. So cute. And then read every day. Of course, I read every day. There's not a day that I don't read. So this was just fun. I mean, you know, but for the month of March, you just cross out every day that you read. This is another one that I haven't done yet that is just, I'm behind on, and it's just going to sit there. It's number of pages. I don't count how many pages I read per day. It really would stress me out if I did that, because like I just read to read, you know, like I read to like count the pages and write them down. I'm not that anal. I'm anal, but I'm not that anal. So it's just going to be sitting there. I did purchase the insert, but it's just going to be sitting there. And then here's a collection of all the books that I've read so far in the year, and it'll just be continuous. I did buy the pretty inserts for them, and behind them is the actual insert with the bookcases, but I wanted something pretty, so I just went ahead and just bought several of them to complete at least, I think, 160 for the year, a little over 160, I can't remember. This dashboard is old. It's from Type A for Alexa. It's the ones where you have the interactive dashboards, and you can get those on her site. I haven't done any monthlies yet. I'm sorry, not monthlies, weeklies. Sorry, we on months. I have done my monthlies. This is January. I actually didn't like this one. But it was like I was already invested when I put everything down, but essentially it does not, the stickers don't go with the date covers, and so this is my least favorite spread thus far. This is February, the traditional Valentine's, and then I love March. Again, it is from that New to Me shop, Oki Plans, which I think is so stinking cute. I just love her stuff, and I love the fact how the leopard and green that I did just kind of corresponds. I haven't done April yet. So here are the weeklies. This is what I was talking about. These are all the things that I need to plan with. So they're already here for me. I just need to have a planning session on when I'm going to do this. So they're all here. I even have some winter things in here that I need to plan. So, yeah, so that's that. But these are supposed to be for my planning session. These are my TBR, and this is for January, February, and March. And then this is another sneak of April. I was waiting until Reese comes out with her book. I think it's already out. I need to add that, the 12th book. Here are the book releases. This is for January, and I just check when I read them. This is for February, and then for March. And then here are the book releases in case you're interested for the month of April. So quite a bit that are on my radar. These aren't all the books, but they're just on my radar. I have not gone to the library yet this quarter because I've either bought audio, Kindle, already had the book in my possession. So I have yet to go to the library, which is shocking. Books bought. This is just tally of book of the month and just books that I've bought thus far. Here are my monthly wrap-ups, which we've already saw that, in PBT, but I'll show you here 12 books in January, and then these are my star ratings in case you want to take a screenshot. My favorite book was Dark Places, and my least favorite was The Breakdown. These were books that I got from the book box with Books and Planners. So I read all of her books, and then this is a continuation of January. I just popped in these little inserts. And then here is February. I read 10 Things, with Onyx Storm being my fave. The 3 Lives of KK, which wasn't bad. I mean, and I said that I gave her a 4-star. I gave it a 3-star. Sorry. And then here is a continuation of February. And then March, I read 10 Things with Isola. I love that book. That is a Reese book that I gave 5-star. And If I Go Missing was my least favorite at 3-star. It wasn't bad. I just, out of everything that I read. But I had a lot of 5 stars. And then this is my March continuation here. And so that is my quarterly wrap-ups, and then we move to challenges. This is my winter challenge bookshelf, all the books that I read during the winter time, which concluded in January. Here are the Stars Aligned reading challenge. I read 6 books for that reading challenge. And then this is what I was loving and celebrating and planning and all those things for the winter months. I have that there. I just love the color scheme that she did on there. This is my book bingo, which I had a bingo right there. And then for the winter month, which is for December, January, and February. You can see January through February, I had a goal of 20 books. I read 22 books. I acquired 9 books. My favorite books was Onyx Storm and Heartless Hunter, which are both fantasies. And then that's just kind of like the best titles, the best tropes, favorite antagonist, protagonist, things like that. I love these little book note things. You can get all of this from Creating & Co. Next up is the Winter Magic Reading Challenge. I read 4 things, with Onyx Storm being my favorite. I also, for the winter time, did Snow is Falling, the Falling Snow Reading Challenge, and I only read 2 books for that, and I did not complete all of the prompts. As you can see, there's 2 prompts that the 2nd and the 5th I did not get to complete, but it was fun. Also had a couple of achievements. I did read a 5-star, which was Onyx Storm, and I did finish a 500-page book, which was also Onyx Storm as well. TBR Takedown. So these are just books that you're pulling from, like maybe your shelf, and you're like saving money. And so far I have 3 things. I haven't read them yet. They're on my TBR for this month that I pulled from my shelf. So I love that. So far for the spring, these are my spring bookshelves, and this would have started for March for me. Again, I love the beautiful colors on here. I think I need to buy one more. It's on my thing. I need to take that out. Make sure that I have that on my notes. Yes, I do. I need to buy one more of these. And then this is our spring reading challenge so far, and this will run March, April, and May. And so far I'm doing really, really well with this spring challenge. And this is the spring book bingo. So I haven't hit bingo yet, but we're still early in the challenge. And then I started working on what I'm buying. I've been buying a lot of home decor. I love to thrift and garage sale and things like that. So if you follow me all on Instagram, I'm pretty active and I always show all my hauls. So far, my planning has changed, hence, my videos that I've been putting out. So I'm basically using a week planner and a B5. And then I haven't done any of my goals or anything like that, which will probably be 20 book goal as well. So the TBR takedown, actually, I did it wrong. This should have been over here on this section here, but that's okay. So as I complete these books, I'll put the rating and everything there. These are Read with Reese, and so I've read everything so far, and I've put my ratings there. So far, I've given her 2 5-stars on 2 of her books, so I've loved her books so far. Last year was something totally different. This is Read the Rainbow reading challenge. I'm doing really well with this as well. And for the book of the month, I didn't get one for April. I skipped this month. Nothing really intrigued me, so this one will be blank, but this is what I chose every single month for book of the month. The alphabet challenge, same thing as in PBT. I'm doing really well, but with this challenge, I'm actually putting the coordinating rating on there, so that's kind of different and a little fun that I'm doing, differently this year. I did the Lucky Charms reading challenge. I read 4 things, and I was able to fulfill 2 of them. I wasn't prompts, but this was just a really fun one to do in March for St. Patty's. I haven't done this one yet. This is the romanticy trope. Haven't done this one, but I have it in here to do. And then that's the bookshelf that when I read that. So that is it. The rest of this is like my my badges. Let me do my badges. So this is the badges. So as I complete a challenge, I put the date and put a check mark. So I still have some that will run throughout the year. So I have that. But here are my achievements and stuff, and that won't get done until the end of the year. Here in the back, I still have my envelope which has all my stickers, and I have additional stuff that I use for my challenges and things like that back here. And so I do want to show you that these little tab things that you're seeing, these are from Type A for Alexa. I get those, I get those from her, which I do love. Let me put this back. If you can see the little Easter ones, they're just so cute. Here we are, the little Easter ones there, and then I have the spring one there. So once Easter is over, I'll take these out, and I'll probably get some more from her for the springtime. So there's one more thing that I want to show y'all before we wrap up this video, and it is my pre-planning book. I think I've only shown like this here when I purchased it, like as far as a haul. But this is a notebook from Peanut Butter Taco, and this is what I use for all of my pre-planning. Let me move this stuff over. I use for my pre-planning and what I'm going to read and what new releases are coming out and all the things. So this is for January, and this is like the new releases in TBR. So it just gives me, I like it because I can sit down and kind of see what I want to read, bounce around, things like that. Here is February and then March. So, and then here is April. So I've kind of been enjoying like decorating and then writing what I'm going to read and things like that. So I definitely wanted to include this here in the video. So thank you so much for joining me here at Danielle's Desk. If you enjoy doing a quarterly flip through of both of my book planners, please give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything, definitely leave a comment down below. You can reach out to me on Messenger on Instagram, and I will see y'all next time for the next video. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.